have a moment of silent prayer or reflection. If you'll please join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pat Rooney.
Here.
Ellen Ward.
Here.
John Maston.
Here.
Kathy Cox. Nicole Cohen.
Here. Okay, can I get a motion to review and accept the agenda for this session?
So moved. Seconded.
John Maston.
Yes.
Pat Rooney.
Yes.
Ellen Ward.
Yes.
Nicole Cohen.
Yes. All right, we'll turn it over to Denise Ryan.
Madam President and members of the board, it is recommended that the governing board approve the request to issue a request for proposals for E-rate eligible network equipment, network cabling, and wireless system, RFP number 16-17-08. Approval of this action item will allow district personnel to issue an RFP for E-rate eligible network switches district-wide, network cabling district-wide, and an enterprise wireless system at LHUSD High School. A copy of the aforementioned RFP is attached for your review. Approval is being sought before a special governing board meeting in order for the LHUSD to be in compliance with E-rate filing windows and subsequent recovery of 80% of the budgeted project costs. Approximately $700,000 for network switches and cabling, and approximately $120,000 for wireless system. E-rate regulations require the Form 470, invitation for bids, RFP, to be posted for 28 days before filing Form 471, vendor selection. E-rate filing deadlines are as follows. The last day to post Form 470 is April 13th at 11:59 p.m. and the last day to post Form 471 is May 11th at 11:59 p.m. Approval of this action item will allow district personnel to begin project implementation on or about July 1st of 2017. Governing board approval of vendor selection will be requested on May 9th of 2017.
Are there any questions?
No, it's motion time.
I'm sorry. Can I get a motion to...
It's the different room.
Yeah, it is. It's thrown me off. Can I get a motion to approve action item 3.1?
So moved. Second.
Ellen Ward.
Yes.
Pat Rooney.
Yes.
John Maston.
Wait,
Motion for discussion.
we didn't have discussion.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes.
Everybody's thrown off.
Everybody.
I
Yes.
thought I was going to go that fast.
Discussion.
I gave you a list of questions. Are they here to,
They're
okay.
here to answer unless they need to turn it over to Logicalis as our consulting group.
Okay.
Before we go into any of the questions, can I just make one comment? Because I'm going to let you ask all the questions that you will ask. I just wanted to say, whoever wrote this, I really appreciate the fact that under change orders, no, change orders will not be permitted. I love that statement. So I just wanted to say kudos, thank you.
This was all
Decided to do
Monica
that.
Marks. Monica Marks
Good
spent
job.
a ton of time on this, so kudos to her.
Yes, okay.
I got the layout that Logicalis sent, and actually a series of questions here. The first one is on our backbone between buildings, what's our speed?
Currently, we're like about 1 gig speed between the buildings locally.
Okay, because I'm seeing that it's up to about 40 when I looked at the diagram, and I may be reading the diagram incorrectly. Are we going to bond?
Yeah, the diagram, what it shows is between the backbone main switch and then the blade server system. That's the 40 gig channel that we're talking
Okay.
about there between those.
And the server system is at the high school?
That would be where it would be located, yes.
Okay, so we're going to up from 1 gig to 40 gig in our transmission speed to the high school?
No, that would just be between those two devices there, so from that switch into the blade source.
So the blade server at each location would be at 40?
No, this is just internally, so this will just be like, across the room kind of thing.
Okay.
It will be a short distance.
Okay, and then what are we upgrading to, coming back to the district office? We're going to upgrade our service between campuses?
Between campuses?
Mm-hmm.
That's outside, that would be like Suddenly actually has the.
But is that a part of the plan?
It's part of the long-term plan, but not this.
Okay, what's our current speed on
From Sunlink to us.
that?
I believe that is 1 gig also between each campus.
Okay. At the high school, we're going to put in a wireless canopy. Do we have a signal rating that we're looking at within each building? I mean, or do we have like a minimum decibel readout on each one of those access points?
I think 20 to 25 would probably be the very minimum type of rating that I would go with. I think anything.
Well, what I'm looking for is generally, and my company does a lot of this with hotels. And where it becomes a concern is I see 115 access points at the high school. It just seems from where I'm used to laying things out and the conditions I'm used to working within, it just seems like there are a lot of access points for the buildings. And so what I'm looking at is when I run into the hotels, I'm running a spectrum analyzer when I do this. And on my spectrum analyzer, generally right next to the device, you're maybe negative 25 or negative 30 decibels of signal. And then that drops all the way down, sometimes to negative 70, negative 80. A lot of the hotel chains want to keep it between negative 60 and negative 70 at the most in the amount of signal drop that you can have to a particular point in the building. Have we had anything like that done?
No, we haven't had the decibels.
We have, because we've been working at this project for so long, at one time, years ago, we had a heat map done
Okay.
of what that would look like. But since it was so long ago, it's gonna have to all be redone. It's gonna be part of the proposal. When we get a proposal, they're gonna give us solutions that would, and show us what the ranges would be.
So we're going to have each one of the bidders come in and run a heat map of our campus?
They can if they want to, but they're gonna be provided with maps.
Okay. All right. And so we don't have a standard developed as what we would accept as a minimum signal on our Wi-Fi?
We've never done this before, so
I
probably
would
not.
recommend it. I would absolutely recommend it. Negative 65 is probably a good recommendation.
Yeah, the heat maps I have show that where the ranges are, and we're well above 25. What the ranges are, it goes from blue to red or whatever. All of the ranges they recommended were right there in the middle, but again, this was a couple of years ago, so we don't.
And then we're switching out our remaining Cat 5 or Cat 5e wire as a part of this proposal as well.
I'm in agreement with you there. I don't believe that would be necessary.
I think it's a marginal gain at best.
Yeah, I wouldn't see any improvement, to be honest.
Especially on a 1 gig, you're just not going to get it. And then I also saw that there's UCS equipment on there. Is this the base then for that build out of telephony?
Well, that's for the blade servers. It's going to be located as the UCS equipment there. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied into the phone system.
But there's SIP equipment in their recommendations and so on. Are we looking at going to a SIP style system?
I don't know the details on the phone system.
Okay.
Yeah, the phones will come later, and we're looking at upgrading to an IP system for the phones that are in the offices and the administration buildings. We're gonna stay with analog phones in the classrooms. We're gonna reuse those. Nothing will happen with those, but yeah.
That's what I have.
Thanks, Mike. That's good.
If you didn't understand it,
I
I'll
didn't.
explain it later.
You did? All right, good.
I can tell you were very intently listening over there.
Sorry, I was making big changes in my days. Most of it.
Are there any other questions or discussion?
Is Logicalis going to be one of the people that we're going to send the RFP to?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we don't actually have to send it. Part of the E-rate process is you post it out on the, and when you post your 470, that invites the world to bid on it. So I suspect we're gonna get over 20 bids.
Okay.
Yeah.
My only concern is when you do something like this, when you run a set of specs, and you know that you're going to have the ability to bid on it later, sometimes you game those specs to your wheelhouse of strengths. And so is there any thought process, if they are going to bid on it, about weighting the scoring system accordingly?
Accordingly,
Where they've designed it, therefore they aren't going to get so many points in the process of scoring the bid?
well, I think the rubric, how it's going to be rated is already in the RFP.
Okay.
And it goes down from the highest percentage down, so.
What page is that?
You have it in there as far
Yeah,
as,
it's in there, but there are no percentages assigned to
it's
it.
just listed from
Price, experience,
the most
prior.
down. Yeah, those are
prior
the areas that are
experience.
going to be looked at in
Have
ascending
we done
order.
business with Logicalis prior to this assessment?
We've never bought anything from them, but they have been our partner for many years. They know our network sort of inside and out. They know what they know our struggles. They know where we've come from, where we're trying to go.
So they've done some consulting at the same type of level, or
Never
they come in
paid,
and-
never paid.
Okay.
Just kind of, we've gotten to the brink of doing projects before many times
Mhm.
and have always been pulled back, so,
So would in that rubric, would they be awarded points for doing the layout? Because that would be a piece of business that they've done, if they got you in the fight school district, would that experience come into play against that rubric?
my personal opinion is they bring something valuable to the table for us. But that's, I guess, not for me to say.
I just have a concern that I don't want to see the system being owned vendor. I want to make sure that if we're gonna go out to bid, that we have a bid that's as level of a playing field as we can make on something like this.
My
Now-
only comment on that would be my experience with the review of proposals on our audit proposals. And our previous audit firm, although they ended up being final selection, didn't have any advantage in that review process because it was really based on very objective criteria that any audit firm could have met. We are not in the practice of giving bidders additional points for having been involved in the process. So I would.
The experience section says, okay, we're going to award points to somebody we worked with before.
Well, while it is part of it, it's down the spectrum as far as being as important as the pieces above it, as far as the percentage attached to it.
So documented prior experience,
Mhm.
I say that one, but we have never actually used them.
Never on a paid, never, no.
No,
It-
so as far as a paid contract, no, we have not.
So they would have no added strength to their bid for prior experience, I guess is what I'm getting.
other than the fact that they, through the process of the assessment, they visited the sites and seen the equipment. That was part of the analysis, but the other vendors will have the same opportunity, so. I'm not sure.
other questions?
I think, based on the questions he was asking, which, of course, I didn't understand, but
That makes me feel better.
I think we should make sure that the vendors address those when they put in their bid. If those are questions that we feel are significant, they should address what their intentions are.
Not everything in there is something a vendor would address.
Right.
There are pieces to that I think the vendor should, but there are other pieces that are more along the lines of what does the future look like.
Okay.
Any other discussion or questions? We call for the vote.
Ellen Ward,
Yes.
Pat Rooney,
Yes.
John Maston,
Yes.
Nicole Cohen.
Yes. Okay, I don't have any announcements regarding future dates. Are there any clarifying questions from the press? You got all that? Call for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Need a second?
Pat Rooney,
Yes.
John Maston,
Yes.
Ellen Ward,
Yes.
Nicole Cohen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.